is Samantha Graciano. She is going to be entering a plea today of no contest as charged in 23 CF 1622, with the terms being that she complete the PTI agreement. If she successfully completes the terms of PTI, the state will no cross the case.
All right. You are Samantha Hera Graciano, correct?
Yes.
This is State of Florida versus Samantha Hera Graciano, 23 CF 1622. You want to enter a no contest plea to the terms to the charge of possession of a controlled substance and possession of paraphernalia, a third-degree felony and a first-degree misdemeanor. And upon completion of the PTI agreement, then those charges will be dropped.
Correct.
Okay? So she's entering a plea to that. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Have you read the pretrial intervention agreement and discussed it with Ms. Flowers?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so if you complete this, you've got 10 months to do it, I believe. Is that right? 10 months, so get it done, and then the charge will be
sir.
dropped, okay?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this agreement?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Flowers has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
The court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered, and court accepts it, and then complete the PTI, and your charges will be dropped. Otherwise, I'll have to sentence you.
Thank you,
Okay?
sir.
Thank you. Okay.
And if I could recall Joshua Colley.
Collie, okay.
Your Honor, we have discussed the meaning of the habitual violent felony offender status that the state is seeking to impose upon sentencing. We've discussed the offer, and I believe Mr. Colley still would like to set the case for trial.
Okay. Well, we'll select a jury on March 11th, and how many days y'all need?
2 days. We select the jury and then we can finish the second day.
And this will take care of both cases?
No, that's going to be one case, right?
Just the one?
22 CF 1482.
All right. So on 1482, so that will be, we'll set this, select a jury on March 11th. And then we'll have a trial on probably the 13th. You said 2 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
Including, is that?
2 days total, including the jury selection.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, so we'll just say trial March 13th. And that's 1 day. And that is just on 22 CF 1482.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? And so we'll get, y'all get me these preliminary jury instructions. You know, I take care of the venire instruction, but then the preliminary and the latest information, and we'll select a jury for Mr. Colley and have a trial on March 13th, okay? You got civilian clothes for Mr. Colley and everything? And
Yes, Your Honor, I'll
okay,
have that
thank you,
arranged.
sir.
Your Honor, when would you like to have the jury instructions and other?
Well, we have
documents
those by, say, Friday at noon.
That would be perfect for
Is that
me.
okay?
Yes, Judge.
Yeah. I mean, I make her do it, but,
Send me a copy. too.
Oh, yeah.
all right, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And that's the same with Mr. Lee, Philip Lee. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, Miss Rivers.
I
Yeah.
have an out of custody that's now arrived.
Okay,
This
good.
is a PTI. This is going to be Amber Foreman, 23 CF 1866. does not require a plea.
All right. All right, this is 23 CF 1866, State of Florida versus Amber Lynn Foreman. Ms. Foreman, you have been allowed to enter into this pretrial intervention agreement without a plea. So if you complete this agreement in 10 months, charges will be dropped. Otherwise, I believe she'll have to enter a plea, correct? Okay, so this is your chance to get this to go away, all right? Get rid of a felony, okay? Okay, get it done. Thank you.
Your Honor, I have a few out of custody, if I may.
Okay.
Thank you. Judge, first I have Ms. Miranda Ballantyne.
All
Judge,
right,
Ms. Ballantyne is present and approaching. Judge, this is 22 CF 1807. We are ready for trial.
State is ready as well, Your Honor.
all right. How many days y'all need?
One excluding jury selection.
Okay, we'll pick this jury on March 11th. We'll have the trial on March, one day?
One day, Judge.
Your Honor, could we do the second week since I have the other one set for March 11th?
That's fine with me.
Well, we got two juries to select on March 11th.
Also, the case with Ms. Bosso was set for March 11th.
That's a Philip Lee case.
Yeah.
Well, look, why don't you pick a jury? Here's what happens. If we have all these jurors here on March 11th, then they hear pretty much the questions. And the second jury and the third jury goes much quicker because they know about do you have any reason that you can't be fair and impartial? Or, they've heard it. I think the second and third jury selection goes much quicker. So Ms. Bosso will be picking one of the juries, right? Ms. Bosso will be picking one jury, correct?
Yes, she'll be picking one.
And that's for Mr. Lee, correct?
Yes.
And then you're going to pick a jury for Mr. Colley, and then pick a jury for Miss Ballantyne. Why can't you do that on March 11th?
You know, for Mr. Colley, we're going to need at the very least 60 jurors because of the habitual violent felon offender, and we get 10 peremptory strikes each. Ms. Bosso as well, she's going to need at least 6 due to the charges normally, correct, Ms. Barrett?
All right, we'll pick a jury for Miss Ballantyne on March 18th,
Okay.
but that's going to be in the afternoon.
That's fine, Judge.
We're going to select a jury on the afternoon of March 18th,
That would
That's
be
fine.
after about somewhere around 1:30.
That's fine.
But I got to have surgery on that. See, what a full service judge here. I'm having surgery that morning and still getting up here to try cases.
Thank you.
Pretty good,
Thank you,
right?
Judge.
All right, so we'll do March 18th. We'll try her, so jury selection will be March 18th, and then we'll try her on what about March 19th?
That works,
That's a
Judge.
good day, isn't it?
That's perfect.
Okay, one day, right?
One
Yes.
day, Judge.
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. I'm glad we're having some trials, finally. Okay, get with your attorney, get ready.
Judge, next I have Ms. Kristen Barbary.
Barbary,
Kristen Barbary.
Kristen Barbary.
No response, Judge. We'll pass her for now. Judge, next I have Andrew Barnhill. Judge, Mr. Barnhill is present and approaching. If the court recalls, we set him for today without subpoenas because he had gotten a warrant last week. We're going to ask to continue this case to next cycle, Judge. The state did file on that new case, so we're going to want to look into that.
April 22nd.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Give me a call. Next, Your Honor, I have Ms. Christina Beeman. Your Honor, Ms. Beeman is present and approaching. Judge, this is 21 CF 1526. We are requesting a final continuance to the next trial cycle.
Judge, at this point, the state is prepared for trial. This is a 2021 case. The case has been continued from October of last year until today. My understanding is this was going to be something that we were going to be ready to go to trial, so that's what we've been stateside is that we would be trial the cycle. There's one deposition between us and trial. It should take all of 15 toxicologists. Something that my office is prepared at any moment for as soon as the contact is made. Public Defender's Office of availability.
How much time y'all need for a trial?
A day
It's
excluding.
A day, Judge.
1 day.
Yes, Judge.
Well, you want to try to select a jury on March 11th?
Judge, to be fair to the defense, because there is the one deposition, to make sure they get their transcript back, I would request.
March 18th?
Yes, Judge.
All right, this is Christina Beeman, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's she looking at if she got found guilty?
Judge, Ms. Beeman only has one prior petty theft in her. So the points are primarily based on this case. So she has a minimum of 145.5 months at the Department of Corrections and a maximum of 30. So a minimum would be about 12 years and a maximum is 30.
All right, so we'll pick a jury March 18th in the afternoon. And you said 1 day, 1 day? So we'll say March 20th. I guess that's a Wednesday, correct?
Judge, I have a hearing that afternoon, if we can do first.
Well, that, what kind of hearing's more important than a homicide case?
It's a homicide for a motion to exclude witnesses, Judge.
Who's that in front of?
That's going to be in front of Judge Ketchel.
We'll set her for March, what's the 20th? Is that a Wednesday?
That is, Judge. If we pick the jury on the 18th, I'm fine to do the 21st as well.
I was thinking about that Friday. What's that day?
22nd, Judge.
Second. We'll say that we'll try her on the 22nd. You're going to say it's 1 day, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so, all right. We'll do her on March 22nd. We have the other person, Valentine, on the 19th, correct?
Correct, Judge.
Okay.
That'll work.
Okay, good.
I'll give you a call. We meet this week, yeah.
Judge, that's all I have before Your Honor today.
Yeah, let me see up here for just a second.
No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaceTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Judgment. Next, I have Jonathan Cantwell. Your Honor, Mr. Cantwell is present and approaching. Judge, we are waiting on the FDLE report in this case. We had tried to resolve it without that. The state does want to have that report finished before we try to resolve the case, so we're going to ask to continue that case.
No objection, Your Honor.
April 22nd.
So she's not. Next, Your Honor, I have Gregory Carroll. Your Honor, Mr. Carroll is present and approaching. This is 22 CF 1986. Judge, we're going to ask for one last continuance. I think we'll be able to get it done.
Yeah, no objection, Your Honor.
April 22nd.
Thank you, Judge.
What was that case number on Philip Lee?
I'm sorry?
Philip Lee.
Isn't that a trial we're having? Philip Lee? Oh, I got it. I found it. 20 CF 2658. Okay, next case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next, Your Honor, I have John Dennis. Your Honor, Mr. Dennis is present and approaching. Judge, this is 23 CF 2612. I'd like to ask for a continuance, Judge. I wanted to go through more body cam with Mr. Dennis and see if we can resolve it that way.
John Dennis?
John Dennis, Judge.
All right.
No objection.
April 22nd. Thank you, sir.
Next, Your Honor, I have Mr. Brandon Eastlick. Your Honor, Mr. Eastlick is present and approaching. Judge, 23 CF 1456. We have reached an agreement, if I may approach.
You're Brandon Eastlick?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give before this court is the truth, so help you God. This is 23 CF 1456, State of Florida versus Brandon Eastlick. You want to enter a plea to leaving the scene of an accident with crash with injury, a third-degree felony, enter a no contest plea, and then count 2, driving license suspended or revoked, first offense, a second-degree misdemeanor, correct?
Do you want to enter the plea, sir? Yes, sir.
All right. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Count 1, sentenced to 12.1 months, Department of Corrections. With credit for time served, $100 cost of prosecution, standard court cost, $150 PD fee to collection, and count 2, your sentence, you're adjudicated, and since the time served, count 1, you're adjudicated guilty also. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Good luck. Yes, sir. Good luck. Lastly, this morning, Your Honor, I have Mr. Matthew Gray. Your Honor, Mr. Gray is present and approaching. Judge, we have reached an agreement, if I may approach.
All right. This is State of Florida versus Matthew Gray, 23 CF 2291. Mr. Gray, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of possession of a controlled substance, a third-degree felony, and possession of paraphernalia, first-degree misdemeanor, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. On both counts, you're sentenced to 11 months probation concurrent, $100 cost of prosecution, $515 court costs, $150 PD fee, mail-in, phone-in, supervision, and comply with VA treatment in Biloxi, adjudicated guilty on both counts, waive cost supervision. Anything else? Thank you. He was adjudicated guilty on both counts.
That's all I have is out of custody for the moment,
All right.
Judge. Thank you.
Morning, Judge.
Mr. Williams, I think we got Mr. Nopes here first.
Sorry, Judge.
All right.
Mr. Gibbs alerted me.
Thank you, Judge. I've got Louis Austin.
Louis Austin, okay. Plea,
Okay. It's going to be, I'll bring Andre Copelan. He's going to be a plea judge.
Andre Copelan. 21 CF 1978, State versus Andre Copelan. Mr. Copelan, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Approach, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Copeland in 21 CF 1978 is entering a plea to count 1 and count 2 with the understanding that the state's going to dismiss count 3 and 4. Judge, we're asking the court to accept the plea and to set this matter for sentencing. We'll have Dr. Harper as one of our witnesses at sentencing.
Okay. Mr. Copeland, you want to enter a plea of no contest to count 1, second degree, excuse me, second degree felony, traveling to meet minor to 15 years younger, engaged in sexual contact, a second degree felony, and count 2, use a computer to solicit a child, third degree felony. Count 3 and count 4 will be dismissed by the state. So you want to enter a no contest plea to those charges, correct?
Yes,
okay. Is anyone forced, did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Nopes has done for you on your case?
Sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. And I'll defer sentencing to, when did y'all want to do that?
Judge, I think I'm asking for a PSI in that form.
Oh,
so-
we might as well say, what about April 25th?
April 25th?
Yeah,
That should be fine.
okay.
Your Honor, from probation standpoint, that's a little quick on the PSI.
No, it is? Okay. What about April 26th? No. What about May 28th?
May 28th sounds good.
Okay. All right, so get me whatever mitigation you want me to hear, and I'll consider that for Mr. Copeland. Okay. All right, thank you.
Will that be at 9 a.m. or is there an afternoon docket that day?
9, we better say 9.
Yes. Judge, we're going to leave Mr. Austin set for March 7th. I need to get an order finding competency over to the
All
court.
right.
You know, I told the state I'd get that done later today.
All right,
But-
thank you, sir.
But
Thank
we're
you.
set for trial also, Judge.
Oh, we are? Oh, so, okay, hang on one second. We're waiting on a competency, and we're setting it for trial?
Judge, she's been found competent by the court. We're just waiting on the order. That needs to go through.
I thought I'd already sent it over, but I'll double check. I just e-filed it.
Okay. All right, how many days we gonna have for Mr. Austin?
State anticipates 3 witnesses now.
1 day?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll pick a jury on March 11th.
Judge, I've got pretrial conference with Judge Brown that day, but I'll figure something out. I mean, I just want to give the court heads up.
All right.
How many juries are you picking that day?
Well, this will be my third.
We would need probably 60 jurors.
I'm probably going to have to get 120 or 130 jurors in here, I guess.
Would you be willing to, get in the 20, be willing to?
Well, see, I can only pick a jury in the afternoon on the 18th.
Talking about picking on the 18th,
No, we're talking about picking on the 11th.
11th, okay? What day are we talking about trying it, though?
We're going to try it on the, I'm assuming when we pick these juries that are going to be, y'all are going to be in here hearing the jurors going to hear the same kind of standard questions. So the second and third juries will go much quicker than the first two. So pick a jury on March 11th. Is that going to be 10 jurors on that one? Pardon?
No, Judge.
6? We'll pick that on March 11th. The trial will be March 14th? How about that?
Judge, I have a Judge Brown.
What's more important than trials? I mean, how come y'all have all, I got this little hearing and that little hearing, or you're all say there's nothing to me more important than a trial. You can't get someone else to cover that for you?
I have a bunch of experts coming.
What about the 15th, Judge? That's a Friday after that.
What? 15th? Let's see. Well, then we'd be picking a jury on March 18th for that week.
But I mean, at this point, I mean, that might be better, but what day are you talking about going to trial?
I'm talking about I'm picking a jury on March 11th and going to trial on the 14th is what I was thinking of.
But I can do that.
What's the 15th? Is that a Friday?
That's a Friday, yeah.
What about
Friday would be better for me. I've got an
What about the
adopted.
15th?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
March 15th. We'll pick a jury on March 11th, go to trial March 15th. That's one day, right? Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trials so far. Okay?
May I approach, please?
All right.
It's about, just.
Does Mr. Nopes need to come up here?
No.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
right, so we are with Mr. Osty, and we'll pick a jury on March 11th, trial March 15th. That's,
sir.
We anticipate getting 60 jurors.
that's a Friday. Well, some people that don't make it on the first jury might make it on the next jury.
And we'll leave him on for the 7th to make sure everything is squared away.
Yeah. Okay, next trial.
Judge, then I've got Aaron Jefferson. Judge, Mr. Jefferson's present. I did hear from Dr. Harper over the weekend. She is still working on Mr. Jefferson's case. She got me Mr. Copeland's case, but I need to continue, hopefully one last time, Mr. Jefferson.
Mr. Jefferson's had to come to court like a dozen times. Why do we have to keep bringing him to court? Can't we get something resolved on his case? I mean, what are we waiting on? Mr. Jefferson keeps coming to court and coming to court and coming to court.
The victims incurred extensive injuries, and there are 3 victims in the case.
All right, well, we'll set him for April 22nd, I guess. I'm trying to get your case moving along, Mr. Jefferson, but, okay, thank you.
Judge, I expect she'll have that report to me pretty soon.
All right, thank you. April 22nd.
Judge, I then have Greg Joyner. Judge, I was going to ask to continue it one last time.
April 22nd?
No, Judge.
Okay. April
One
22nd.
last
Thank you, sir.
continuance, Judge.
Judge, I then have Patrick John Medina, who's an inmate. Mr. Medina has 2 VOP cases with this court and 1 new case in the south end. I'd ask to continue it. If I can get it all wrapped up, I'll bring him back early, but if we could just continue it.
All right, April 22nd. All right, I'm duty judge, and I got some texts, I got some couple of warrants I gotta get out, so we're gonna take about a 20 minute break.
Only got 2 left. You want me to come back?
20 minute break.
I will. That's fine.
Thank you.
Happy to do it.